Hey everyone. So today I wanted to talk about the divine masculine, divine feminine, like within ourselves, because like basically we have to, I guess, embody it within ourselves, that to find that balance within ourselves, to really know what it is and become it, before we, I guess, are really able to bring it into our world, our relationships, especially our romantic relationships, in order to get that healthy dynamic happening. And I guess, like I've said, I've always felt a real draw towards having just a beautiful, healthy, romantic relationship. And the first step, I guess, is discovering that within yourself. And I guess, like, I wanted to talk about today, I mean, there's so much in that, but today I wanted to it's kind of been coming up a bit, like how I've kind of developed that healthy balance. I mean, I'm still in the process, but I wanted to share some of the kind of the ideas and thought patterns and stuff that got me to the place where I am and where I'm going, I guess. So in my case, I didn't have any of this modeled to me, the healthy masculine, healthy feminine. We're all kind of winging it out there, unless you're lucky enough to really have that in your life somehow in order to learn from it. But in my opinion, the majority of us just don't know what it is, don't know what love is. We don't know what healthy relationship is. So part of my the healing journey, like discovering myself and trying to work out, because I mean, it kind of gets hammered into you, like you've got to heal yourself first, you've got to heal your inner child, you've got to embody the healthy, the divine masculine, divine feminine, and well, shit, how do you understand what that is? Like, I don't know about everyone else, but I mean, I like, I guess what I'm saying is, like, you can read the books and read what you're meant to be feeling, or you're meant to be doing or embodying or whatever, but unless you've kind of experienced it, or like felt it, seen it, felt it, or whatever, how can you know what it is? And this is kind of like my experience. Pretty much my life has been more about what it isn't, like learning the hard way of what, like, that's not okay for me, blah blah blah. So you kind of what's the word for when you kind of go backwards until you actually get to where oh god, I can't think of it, but when the technology and they kind of, you've got the finished, like, and you kind of go backwards to actually work out how you do it. I don't, anyway. So yeah, like I've most of us probably have to learn. We know where we're meant to get, but we've got no idea how to get there or how to feel in order to kind of know what where we're going with it, or how to embody it. Like, I don't know, instructional, I don't know, my mind's is kind of going in a few different places right now, but so I keep getting the words instructional set. Anyway, so basically, you know, part of when I was really like to the point where, all right, so I have a feeling of where I'm meant to be, where I want to go, but how do I know, you know, like it's just this idea. How do you make an idea into reality? So there's the idea of divine masculine, divine feminine, and feeling balanced within yourself, and like, let's go to, you know, reparenting yourself. So how do you this is a question I actually asked. So how do you reparent yourself when you don't know what a healthy father, healthy mother type dynamic would be in order to embody that, to reparent yourself in a healthy way? I don't think that's what I'm getting at, like, especially because I think so many of us really struggle with this, like, you know, and this is I'm not placing blame on our parents or anything. I know, like, I've had this conversation a lot with my own parents. Their upbringing was a hell of a lot harder than what ours was, and we think ours is the worst, and I'm sure, I know my daughter said the same to me. Like, it is, we all have our shit to deal with, and we all get to this point where, okay, so how do we reparent ourselves? How do we give ourselves what we didn't get? And how do we break these generational patterns? So, you know, we're kind of all inundated with, you've got to do this to heal, but how do I become a healthy father and healthy mother for myself in order to heal myself, you know, my inner child? So, so, you know, I got to this point in my own, you know, kind of healing journey. I feel so trite saying that, but it's like so out there all the time. But anyway, so I really cried this out to the universe. How am I meant to do it when I don't know what it is? This is the struggle. And so, you know, at this point, when I guess, you know, I got to this point where I really opened myself up to receive the answers, for help. I cried out for help because, you know, and I've said before, I've tried so many different things. I've literally dedicated myself to heal myself. Like, I am constantly working on myself. Like I said in my last video, because it is my purpose to have the healthy relationship with myself and have this divine connection relationship. So I've got the freaking, you know, I've always been working towards this, so I put a lot of energy into it, and I still got to this point where I'm like, I don't know how to do this. I read all the books, but until you have something modeled to you, you can't embody it, like, and model it for yourself. Like, you need to feel what a healthy father, healthy mother is in order to reparent yourself, to give yourself that love. So how do you, I've said it, I'm going around in circles. Anyway, I'll move on to the next part. So yeah, here I am, and I'm like, well, I just don't know what it is. How are we all meant to do this? And so, I guess at that point, this was when the next part, massive part of my connection opened up with the everything, because I think that is the answer. So this is, I'm going to give you like some visions, messages type things that they kind of guided, thoughts they guided me towards in order to feel that connection. So like, yeah, basically, I mean, I've spoken about my started having the dreams. I had a dream where Ra was my father, and in this dream the love and support that I felt from that, and feeling really special and connected was one thing, and then this I'm getting towards this big kind of one, which it's all kind of linked, so it's really hard to explain, but anyway, it was almost like a meditation, but so and it's really hard to explain, because it's not like it all happened in one go. There's little things, like I remember one day being at the beach with my partner at the time, and just like it was sunset, and just that beautiful, warm, amazing glow. You're feeling like just so content with that sun and beauty shining on you. And I remember saying to him, like, God, I completely understand why people have been worshipping the sun for millennia, because it's such a powerful, beautiful experience to feel it. And I know so many people must feel it, because you just got to go to the beach at sunset any day and you'll have so many people down there just sitting there just to watch the sunset. It's such a powerful connector, and there's probably so much to it, but anyway, there's little moments like that. So there was that. I remember that because it kind of it stuck with me, that I connected how everyone feels about the sun, and especially moments like the sunset and sunrise, how it's just there's something, it just hits us, there's something in it that just, we stop and we worship, pretty much. We absorb the power and there's just something to it, and you would know what I'm talking about by saying that it's just deep strength, beauty type thing. So there's moments like that, and during my really awakening phase, where I'm consciously aware of all the signs and the goings on and the meanings behind kind of everything, and how I'm feeling in reaction to everything. I mean, you get to this point where it's kind of everything is connected, so you kind of, the puzzle pieces are just kind of falling into place. That's where I was at. And so there was that, and then there was this other time, because I guess a big one with me, I've always felt this link with the masculine, but the feminine, not so much. And I won't go into it too much now, but I just had this thought that it's probably because there's so much pain there. The pain body of the feminine is quite extreme, and to be hurt by the feminine as a feminine, I've still got my walls up there, I think, and so I think I've still got a lot more work to do in that regards, I think, but anyway, we'll move past that. But so the sun and I guess healing the masculine, I don't know, maybe my masculine wound is as big as my feminine wound, I don't know. But so maybe the support and strength of the masculine is enabling me to get to the point, this is it, is enabling me and giving me the security in order to get to the point where I'll be able to heal my feminine and really fully tap into that. So I guess that's why the masculine has been such a strong part of my journey so far. And I feel like I have tapped into the feminine some, but I also have a feeling that there's more feminine healing to do. And I think that's also got a lot to do with the next part of my journey with my masculine divine counterpart coming into my life in order for me to heal and fully embrace my feminine in that secure, safe space that only my masculine can provide. But anyway, so we're talking about healing the inner child kind of thing and really tapping into more of the healthy father, healthy mother aspect. So I guess like one day I went out into the bush and found a big granite rock all by myself out there, and sat on the rock and really tried to tap in, and this is the kind of like I guess vision or meditation or whatever that came through to me is the connection between both, and I was the link in between type thing. Alright, so the sun was above me and I was feeling the beautiful, the rays, the warmth. It's almost like, the sun's empowering me and shining on me, so I feel seen by the masculine, like he's got me in his beam. Father like, so this is healing my inner child and giving me the father love that I never had. So he's got me and he's shining the love into me type thing, and I'm sitting on the rock and the mother is holding me, and it was like visualizing that I'm like a tree with my roots in the ground and my leaves facing the sun. So my branches and my leaves are absorbing that power, and that fatherly is feeding me, like he's empowering me, and my roots are in the mother, the earth. I'm connected and I'm soaking in her waters, her energy, through the waters of the mother. Like that's how I'm connected, and always connected, and like I'm the go-between, like the connection between the two, and they're both feeding me for me to bloom. So the mother is providing the sustenance and the water from the soil and holding me steady, holding my roots steady, and the sun is just providing this strength and power in order for me to blossom. And so tapping into and really feeling like I was that tree, and really feeling as that's the divine masculine and that's the divine feminine, in order for me to understand what that is and what it does for you. And that's how I guess I really, finally, I guess, really understood what it feels like to have a father's love and a mother's love, that just next level. They're both helping you grow, and you're always connected and they're always there for you, to feel totally seen, empowered, supported and nourished and fed. And that's all, like, that's what we're all made for, type thing. So yeah, that was, I guess, one of the tools I have used in order to get the love I need, and learn the love and how to tap into that love that is always there when I need it for myself. You know what I mean? Like, and I guess that's kind of the message that I kind of, I guess, wanted to share, and they wanted to share, is that their love is always there, always giving it to us, and we just have to see it in order to feed ourselves and give ourselves that love. Like, it's not just on, when you read about this, like, you just got to reparent yourself, you got to do it all yourself. We actually can get so much love, like, as soon as you see it, it pours into you. And I think that's the thing. Like, as soon as you allow yourself to visualize and imagine that connection, it pours into you. I mean, don't be surprised if you have a massive emotional release, because if you do allow yourself to go into the feelings of connecting, the warmth and the feelings of that sun all over you as your father's love, and the earth beneath you, solid, always there, the beauty all around you of the mother, the flowers, the trees, and your roots connected to her, and she's just willing to nourish you at all times. Like, if you feel into that and into that connection, it's available to you all the time. And I found it as such a great tool. I mean, it's so much more than a tool. It is the connection. It is like, then you become a conduit between the divine masculine and the divine feminine. And it's that reunion between heaven and earth. Like, you are literally that conduit in between for their masculine feminine love to actually reunite within you. And I think that's what, it's a beautiful thing to think that by us being here and opening ourselves to that connection, and then they get to connect again. And by doing that, they're feeding us, and we freaking go, we bloom, we flower, we fruit, by their love connecting with inside of us through that conduit that we are. And that conduit is just your thoughts, and you opening yourself up energetically in that direction to the Son, the Father, and to the earth and what she provides, like the mother's love, the father's love, and the child in between, and how we unite them again within ourselves. And then it's like we become united within ourselves. It was a really special thing, experience, and that's really, I think, how I healed my inner child, by being able to tap in to that connection in order to feel the love that I guess that I didn't get. There is no toxicity with that love, and that love, like, it's pure. It's pure connection, love. There's no human trauma involved in that, so you can give yourself this love without thinking that you have to get it from your own family, parents. There is so much trauma and all that shit in normal human world, but if you go outside of that to receive the love from there and just really feel that connection, I mean, for me, it felt like it healed a lot and opened this connection, and it's almost like I became like a transformer at that point, you know what I mean? Like, and every now and then I do go out, and I go outside, and the feet on the ground or whatever, and I tap into the earth, and then I one hand on the earth, one hand up to the sky, like I am that antenna, the go-between, the conduit, and I feel into the earth, and then I give it to the skies, and then I feel from the skies through my body, and I give it to the earth, and I feel, and then you can go next level, as in the breath in, breath out, as in you're breathing in the sun and breathing out into the earth, breathing in the earth and breathing out to the sun, like you are sharing. Sharing's caring. There's been some of the most, it feels really beautiful to connect to both, and you can connect to both, and gosh, like, yeah. And then with the stars, I've kind of thought of them as siblings and family. Like, if our son, I think of as my father, they're stars and planets type thing. I kind of think as extended family or siblings, and so when I share my energy or absorb their energy, I link myself to it in that way as well. And I think so much, we underestimate the power of our intention and attention. And I've experienced so much under the stars in the sky, And I've got and also the clouds, and I'm gonna say water, the elements. You know, like I was thinking today, like a big part. I was trying to decide. Okay, so is the earth the mother, or is water my mother? You know, in order, like how I feel when I really link up. And you know, I did think again today that I have such a powerful emotional feeling when I am in water and sea water and around water. And I've had some amazing experiences with clouds, and I guess scrying in the clouds, watching the clouds, like, and you know, that's water, right? And there's water everywhere, and there's water inside us. And so today I was thinking, well, maybe water is the mother, and the sun is the father, and the earth is the home they built together to house us, to make us safe, to give us the home. So the earth is our home, and the mother is water, and the sun is the father. And between the sun and water and our home, we are, you know, nourished with the light, nourished with the water, and given that home base in order to secure ourselves into, so we can bloom. And you know, with the mother aspect of, you know, it's in us. The water is all the way through us all the time. She's literally inside us and nourishing us constantly. You know, we know that water is like intelligent. It holds information. Yeah, so I was kind of having that thought today, like, which one do I feel more connected to, the earth or water, the sun? It's like those three. Yeah, I'm not really sure. Maybe we've got three parents or something. Yeah, maybe water is the Holy Spirit. You know, we've got our Father, we've got the Holy Spirit, and we've got the earth. I don't know. But there's so many different ways you can look at it in order to feel those connections that we didn't get to feel truly, to mature and blossom as we should have done as children, and we're doing it now as adults. And there are ways to go about it. And you know, for me, it's not just metaphorically anymore, because if you truly feel that connection's real. I feel a connection with the sun, like it is feeding me, giving me information. You know, these solar rays, they absolutely know that they affect us. Even when they reflect off the moon, they affect us big time. And yeah, the earth and the water, they're all working kind of in unison, and we're this one big kind of transformer conduit, feeling it all. And you know, when you're aware of it and you put your attention on it, and at double doses, triple doses, times 10 doses, because I mean, it does it whether you're aware of it or not. But when you're actually literally put your attention on it, like it literally, then you become an amplifier. And I think that's kind of what I'm getting at also, is that, yeah, it provided some emotional healing and support and continues to does that in just that kind of aspect of it. But I also feel there's actually a kind of amplifying transformer effect that's had with me mentally, attentionally, intentionally connecting in that way, has opened me up to all this other stuff. And you know, it's the same with the stars, I reckon. Like, energy flows where your attention goes. And yeah, so, you know, I guess, like I said in one of my last videos, like really taking the time to actually pay attention to yourself and your feelings and your thoughts, and trying to send that energy mentally. Imagination. Your imagination is creation. You know, you think of the word imagination and you think not real, it's imaginary, but that's not right. That's not what imagination is creation. And I was thinking of the link between intuition, creation, and imagination. And I was thinking intuitive imagination. Allow your imagination to intuitively take you places. Like I've heard, you know, I don't actually properly meditate. I think I'm always in a state of a different dimension, but a lot of meditations is like, you know, you just do it until like the thoughts stop, or let the thoughts pass you by, or like thoughts are bad. I would say creatively open your mind to allow a flow of intuitive imagination and see where it takes you, to expand your mind and, you know, that box that you live in. Your imagination can do wondrous things to expand your consciousness and awareness and emotional states of being, if you allow it to do so. Like, the only reason it's really a struggle for us to replay all these patterns and go into cycles of spirals down the drain with our thoughts and worries and everything is it's almost like we're bringing this lackey band in so tight around our thought patterns that there is literally our thoughts don't think there's any other thoughts to think. So we've got to really expand this thought band we've got to really push it by using, you know, getting creative and allowing our imagination to go, you know, wondering why about things, asking yourself why, just pushing this thought boundary out a little bit bigger each time, allowing your thoughts to run, but not just always in that one direction. One direction is just like, it's just holding you here, and we've just got to, and that's why creativity is so amazing, because, you know, and different areas of interest, because it's like it's pushing this bubble of thought out in different directions and stretching it until it's not tight anymore, and it's just out here, and until the point that it becomes so thin You've pushed it out so much in so many different ways that that thought lackey band that is just like driving so many people crazy. You've pushed it out so far that it comes so thin, it literally just disintegrates, it disappears, and then you've got no thought boundaries. You're free. You know, you don't have these mental spirals anymore. You've cleared those pathways so much just by exercising your thoughts and your imagination creatively. You've pushed it. You've pushed your boundary, your thought boundary out so far. It's another exercise, like exercising that love muscle of your heart, the feeling muscle of seeing beauty and allowing yourself to feel the beauty, allowing yourself to see a kitten, and it's so cute. You know, that's exercising your heart muscle, seeing a sunset and allowing yourself to fall into that majesty of the moment, allowing yourself to feel love with your partner, or, you know, the feel of a touch, just like absorbing that and feeling how amazing it feels, the taste of your meal, or, you know, watching your woman dancing and just watching how freaking amazing she looks, like just appreciating the beauty, with just appreciating the beauty of colors, of I mean I see, you just see a color and you're like, that's a really beautiful color. Or hearing a bird, that's a really, those birds are happy today. Like allowing yourself to appreciate things. To appreciate yourself. Like, and that's all exercising your feeling muscles, your heart muscles, so it slowly, you know, grows, and you don't feel so scared to feel in those particular moments when it's actually quite significant. And you know, you exercise your heart muscle and your feeling muscles with things like birds and animals, kittens, puppies, colors, you know, laughing with your mates, you know, just those moments where it's, oh, this is so cool. You know, allowing yourself to like feel into that, and, you know, connecting with yourself with that, like that's like filling your cup, that's giving you love. Like, you know, the more you can tap into these beautiful little moments of beauty, joy, happiness, you know, you're absorbing that into you as to fill your cup. So you're not going, you don't need to go looking for it anyway. You know how everyone has kind of these patterns in order to go looking to satisfy some kind of need that they're lacking within themselves, you know, that love lack. Like, you can fill your cup without even realizing that you're kind of doing it, when you just start slowly exercising that feeling heart muscle by just absorbing the pretty things, you know. without, it's not like you're taking. You don't have to be given it. You're just absorbing. You know what I mean? Yeah. That went for a few different places, but yeah, I hope that helped a little bit. I can't even remember what I talked about. Yeah, but that's some different ways to, yeah, top up and heal your love bubble.